Okay, students, welcome again in our new class with a new topic, that is food security in India. In the last class, we have discussed about the so many factors regarding food security in India, that what is food security, why food security is required, then who are food insecure in India, and how after independence our country that has aimed for self-sufficiency in food grains. So in that we have discussed that in our country the green revolution that was started, and after that what happened and how the government has ensured the program of food security in India. So since the advent of green revolution in 1970s, means when that green revolution started, that time because of that green revolution the country has avoided famine even during the adverse condition also. So in that case India has become self-sufficient in food grains during the last 30 to 40 years because of variety of food grains that are grown in various part of our country. So the availability of food grains at the country level, the availability of food grains at the country level that has been ensured with carefully designed food security program across the country by our government. So it has two parts. One is buffer stock and another one is PDS system. What is that PDS? Public distribution system. So both of the factors we will discuss. What are those? So about the buffer stock. So buffer stock is the stock of food grains, especially wheat and rice, produced by the government through Food Corporation of India. So what is there in food? Buffer stock, that is the stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice, and that are procured by the government through FCI, Food Corporation of India. So FCI purchases rice and wheat from the farmers in the state where surplus production is there. So in this case, in the buffer stock program, the government is buying the surplus production of wheat and rice, and in this case farmers are getting pre-announced price for their crops, and that price is known as MSP. So in this, farmers are given the pre-announced price for their crops, that is known as minimum support price. So this MSP is declared well before the sowing of the different crops, and that rate is given to all the farmers. So the purchased food grains are stored in the granaries of the government. The government is providing some sort of granaries for the storing of these purchased food grains in India. Then about the buffer stock, the stock that is done by the government, what are the different uses of this stock of buffer stock? So in case of any deficit area, or in case of any area which is having deficit in the food grains in that government is supplying from FCI or from buffer stock itself, and that is distributed to the poorer poorer strata of the society, where the poor people are living. There this buffer stock food grains are given at the price which is lower than the market price. So in this case, from the FCI or from buffer stock, if any area is having deficit food grains, in that case government is supplying these stock or the food grains from FCI or from buffer stock to these poorer strata of the society at the price lower than the market price. So this price is known as issue price. And even this supply is given to the particular areas where there is a calamity, natural calamity. If in any of the area or during the period of natural calamities, this FCI stock is supplying the food grains to these areas or these affected areas. Then next is, what is public distribution system? What is public distribution system? So next is, what is public distribution system? So food procured by FCI, that is distributed through the government regulated ration shop. So these ration shops are giving the food grains or distributing the food grains to the poorer section of the society. This system is known as PDS system or public distribution system. So these under this ration shop are now opened in many local areas like villages, towns, and even cities area. There are more than 5.5 lakhs of ration shop all over the country right now, and ration shop are also known as fair price shops. So these ration shops are also known as fair price. So these are the different 1 mark objective questions. You should be very careful. So in this fair prices shop or ration shop, what are the different items are being distributed? That is food grains, sugar, kerosene oil. These are the different items mostly given in this ration shop. So these items are sold to the people at lower price, which is less than even market price. So mostly a family having ration card, they can buy at a stipulated amount of these. That amount is fixed in that, and items are, that is of 35 kgs of grain, 5 liter of kerosene, and 5 kg of sugar at that time when this was started. So this introduction of rationing in India, that was started in 1940s at the time of Bengal famine. So in this case, the ration system that was revived in the particular time, so that there should not be any acute food shortage that should occur, and that occurred in early 1960s, even prior to Green Revolution. So at that time, this rationing system that was started in 1940s itself. So during that particular time, NSSO, that is National Sample Survey of India, that has reported in mid 1970s about the poverty. So because of that, this rationing system that was again revived during that period. So another three important food intervention programs were started by the government, and that was public distribution system for food grains, and then integrated integrated child development services, that is ICDS, that was introduced in 1975 on an experimental basis. Then another program, food for work, that was started in 1977 and 1978. Then after that, again many programs that were started. At that time there were again some program to start, then many programs were started to again alleviation program for poverty, that were PAPs. So many programs were started to alleviate the poverty in India. So in that particular period, many this type of program that was started, especially for maintaining food security in India. So one program that was started in 2004, that was National Food for Work program. So that program was launched on 14th November 2004 in 150 most backward districts of the country. With the objective, there was one objective to start that National Food for Work program, that there should not be any problem of employment, especially for poor people. And for that, they have started generating the supplementary wage employment. And this program that was open to all the rural people, those who are in the need of wage employment and desire to do the manual unskilled work. So it was implemented as 100% centrally sponsored scheme of the government, and in this food grains were given free of cost to all the state governments. And in this, collector was the nodal officer at the district level, and he was given the responsibility for this National Food for Work program. Then in another topic, that was the current status of distribution system. What is the current status of PDS, that is public distribution system? So this PDS system, that was the most important step taken by the government of India towards ensuring the food security in India. There is no doubt this public distribution system, that was very important step taken by the government towards ensuring the food security. So in the beginning, in the coverage of PDS system, that was universal for everyone. There was no discrimination between poor and non-poor when this system, PDS system, was started in India. And over the years, policy was related to PDS that has been revised. After some time, this policy was revised and it was made more efficient and targeted. So in 1992, that was another scheme was started, that was given the name RPDS. That was Revamped Public Distribution System, and that was introduced in 1700 blocks in the country. So this is revamped public distribution system was started in 1700 blocks of the country. So the target was to provide the benefit of PDS to remote and backward areas. This RPDS system was started in India in 1700 blocks of the country, and the main target was to provide the benefits of this PDS system to remote and backward areas. From June 1997, again in a reviewed program, TPDS. What is TPDS? Targeted Public Distribution System, that was introduced to adopt the principle of targeting the poor in all the areas. So in another program that was in another program that was Targeted Public Distribution System, and that was introduced to adopt the principle of targeting the poor of all the areas. So it was first time with the differential price policies adopted for poor and non-poor. Further in 2000, two special schemes were launched that were Antyodaya Anna Yojana, and that was AAY, and another one is Annapurna scheme. So these were two programs started in India in 2000 scheme, or in 2000 year, for the poorest of the poor. And so these were the two programs started in 2000 year, that was AAY and Annapurna scheme. So about the AAY, we should know that it was started in December 2000 year. Under this scheme, 1 crore of the poorest family among the BPL families that were covered in the targeted public distribution. So these many people were identified, and poor families were identified by the respective state rural development departments through the BPL line. 25 kilograms of food grains that were made available to each eligible families at the highly subsidized price rate, that is rupees 2 per kg for wheat and rupees 3 per kg for rice, and that were even 25 kg. In that wheat were for 2 rupees per kg and rice that were rupees 3 per. So then this quantity of food grains that was increased from 25 to 35 kg in 2002, and the scheme that was again further expanded twice by additional 50 lakhs BPL families in 2003 and in 2004 respectively. So with this, there was an increase of 2 crore families in this AAY. So that was the AAY, that is Antyodaya Anna Yojana scheme, that was started in 2004 or 2000 year, sorry. So that was started in 2000 year. Then comes, so in the further segment, another question about the ineffectiveness of PDS system for a particular period. So in that PDS dealers, public distribution dealers, they were sometimes found resorting to the malpractice like diverting the grains to open market to get better margin. So what PDS dealers were doing, whatever the food grains were supplied to the ration shop, they were selling that good quality of food grains, and in place of that they were selling substandard food grains. Then opening of these shops that were also irregular. Then again, so many other problems that faced by ration shop. Then in the last segment, role of cooperative in food security in India. So cooperatives are also playing an important role in food security in India, especially in southern and western part of the country. The cooperative society that set up shops to sell low price goods to poor people. For example, some fair price shops are running in Tamil Nadu, and even around 94% of the shops are running through cooperative. In Delhi, milk and vegetable to the consumer at controlled rate. And in Gujarat, Amul is another story of cooperative, that is in the milk and milk products in the Gujarat. So it has started that white revolution in the country. So these are the few example of cooperative which are again playing very important role in maintaining the food security in India. Similarly, in Maharashtra, even Academy of Development Science (ADS) that has facilitated a network of NGOs for setting up grain banks in different regions. So these banks they have started for especially farmers to keep their grains in the particular for storage purpose. So they were charging nominal charge for keeping these type of things in Maharashtra state. So these are the different roles of cooperative in different part of our country to maintain this particular food security in India. So with this chapter came to an end. Thank you for joining and bye for the day. God bless you. Bye.